Let us move to subject. Today we are going to work on loops. Today we are going to work on loops. What are loops? Any better answer? Perfect. To give you an example, I wanted to display a message in console, for example. Advanced Happy New Year. I wanted to display this message in console. How do we write it? Console.log, advanced Happy New Year, we write. Perfectly fine. Now I wanted to display twice. What do you do? Two times we write it. Again, you'll copy paste or you'll write it again. If I want 5 times, 10 times, perfectly fine. But if I want 5,000 times, I have given the solution, that's why you are saying. What if 5,000 times? That means now, loops are useful to execute the same piece of code again and again and again and again repeatedly. Right? Just to give you an example, now here, line numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are line numbers. Okay, here I'll write console.log advanced happy new year. Like this I am writing. How many times this displays? One time. Each line executes one time only. Each line executes only one time. Now if I want to write it again I have to write console.log advanced happy new year. Like this I'll be writing it. If I want 5 times, 3, 4, 5, like this I'll be writing it. Because each line executes only one time. But what exactly loops? Loops means it tricks the JavaScript engine. Whatever we are writing the JavaScript code, it is executing it. Why it is executing? Because it has JavaScript engine in it. So JavaScript engine executes the JavaScript code line by line from top to bottom approach. Line by line from top to bottom approach. Now the code executes like this. Executes like this, like this, like this. Executes. Understanding? Now, if I want 5 times I am writing it. 10 times, 10 times I have to write it. 500 times I have to write it. There is nothing wrong in it. But now, instead of advanced happy new year, I wanted to say advanced happy new year 2024, for example. In that case, I have to change 500 times. I have to change 500 times, which is not the right thing. Reusability is not there. What exactly loop does? Loop what tricks the JavaScript engine in such a way that you write one time, but execute it 10 times. You write one time, execute it 10 times. That means what? Instead of writing again and again, you write only one time, but while executing again like this. So old approach is, if you want 5 times, write 5 times. Loops approach is write one time, execute 5 times. That's the difference. You can find it, probably you might have observed when you are kids, someone is selling onions. He'll be going on the road, onions. Now, They are recording it and they are playing it. Onions, onions, onions. That is loop. Recorded once, executing it multiple. Yes or no? Who uses these loops more? TV channels, news channels particularly. By chance, some celebrity posted the journalist just like that. That's it. From morning to evening, he will keep on pushing. Understanding the same thing. Or you might have heard about it. One person slapped the CM, Delhi CM. From morning to evening, he is keep on slapping them. Loop, repetitively execute. That's what loop. Loops. Loop is actually tricking the JavaScript engine to execute the same part of the code again and again and again and again and again. Understood? Write 100 times or write one time, execute 100 times. Understanding? Exactly the same. Understood? And the loops can be written in multiple ways. What is the difference between uh, strawberry ice cream and pineapple ice cream? 90% same. Only the flavor differences. Yes or no? Exactly the same thing. Here also we have different flavors of loops. We have different flavors of ice creams. Now, whether it is a strawberry ice cream, whether it is a vanilla ice cream, whether it is a pineapple ice cream, 90% is same. 90% same in the sense milk should be used, sugar should be used, cooling should be used. Everything is same except the flavor. Exactly the same thing. We have loops. Loops behavior is same. Execute the code repetitively, but with little variations. What is the difference between chicken biryani and mutton biryani? Can I say 90% same? Only just the pieces will be changed. Exactly the same thing here. All loops are same. The little differences. That's it. Little differences. What are those loops? We have while loop, do while loop, for loop. These are the three loops. There are one or two more are there, but mainly these three things. We are going to one more different. Like when we are working on arrays, we'll be working on another. But right now we'll be focusing on these things: while, do while, and for. All these three are loops, same with the little differences. Understanding? Tiger, cheetah, both are same. See, whether you are walking, whether it is tiger or whether it is cheetah, your reaction is same. Run away from that. But tiger and cheetah with little differences are there. Exactly the same. While, do while, and for loop, same behavior with little differences, which we are going to work on that. Understand? What are those differences? Now, if else, if else, if switch case. You have worked on all these things, right? All these are part of control statements. All these are part of control statements. While, do, while, for. All these are part of. All these are part of. With little differences between each other. Turtle. Turtle, tortoise, both are same, but with little difference. Exactly the same. While, do, while, and for. First, we'll be focusing on this while. First, we'll be focusing on this while. Okay. Now, for example, it's a let A is equal to 10, and I am writing if A is 10, I'm writing console log. I'm writing shortcut. CLG means console log. And say A is 10. Like this, I have written it. How many times this message displays? One time. Perfect. Because this is part of control statements. Now I'll just remove this if. I'll write while. Now, how many times this executes? Until A value is 10, it will be keep on executing. Until A value is 10. Now A value is 10, we are not changing the value. So this will execute unlimited times. Keep on executing. Understanding? Just to give you an example, imagine you go to hotel and you order dosa. You're feeling damn hungry. Damn hungry. You have ordered dosa. Now dosa came. You finished it. What's next? Will they give the second dosa automatically? No. You have to order again. But the same scenario, you are feeling damn hungry. You asked your mom dosa. Imagine your breakfast is dosa. She prepares dosa and gives it to you. You finished it. What's next? No need. Do you need to tell your mom that mom give me second dosa? No. She gives the second one. Again, you finish the second one also. Do you need to tell your mom third dosa? Mom, give me third dosa. She will automatically give. Your mom knows you better than you. Yes or no? She'll be keep on giving it until you are full. Exactly the same behavior while. Till the condition is satisfying, it will be keep on executing it. Once the condition is not satisfying, it stops. That is the behavior of if. But if I change it, that's the behavior of while. If I change it to if, condition satisfies only once. Not satisfies, not. Here, while condition not satisfies, not satisfies. Condition satisfies till the condition is satisfying. Till you say, mom, done, enough. Even if you say enough, she will be giving you one more. Last one you eat. Like that. Got your point? Understood the difference? If condition satisfies once only, while till the condition satisfies. Till the condition satisfies. Now A value is 10, we are neither incrementing it nor decrementing it, so it will be continuously executed. That is the behavior of while. Got it? Let us check it. Now let me create a project. Changing it to package.json. I'm changing it to and then We start running. We start. The project starts running. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to execute that code. Now I'm coming to app.js. So I'll just remove unwanted code. Then I've created a simple H1. Then what I'll do, I'll write a simple if. If I'll write it, I'll say let a equal to 10. Here I'm writing if a is 10, then console log is, I can use the double quotes or I can use backticks. A is dollar name of the variable, value of the variable. Now, how many times this code executes? How many times the message displays? Let us see. I'll come here. I'll just right click, inspect. Not yet ready. A is 10. How many times it displays? A is 10 only once. Condition satisfied. If condition not satisfied, it won't display that. Okay. Now what I will do, I am changing if to while. That means control statements to loops. I am just save it. Now see the difference. Are you able to see any difference? Let's keep on executing it. By now it has executed almost 600 times. How many times it executes? Till the condition is satisfied. We are not changing the value. A is 10 only. So it is infinite in a way. If I come tomorrow morning also, we keep on executing it. But JavaScript engine is designed in such a way that if it is taking more time for execution, it will stop automatically at certain point of time. It will stop automatically. It's like this. You know, you like idli sambar. You like idli sambar. Idli sambar per plate, imagine 50 rupees. So they have given you 2 idli and 2 cups of sambar. You have used that 2 cups of sambar. You like sambar more. You have asked for 2 more cups. What they do? Normally they give. Okay, you consumed that 2 more cups also. Again you have asked 2 more cups. Depending upon that server or waiter, they'll give you 2 more cups. Again ask for 2 more cups. Again ask for 2 more cups. Again ask for 2 more cups. Imagine you have consumed 20 cups. Again you are asking. Then that server, that waiter will go to the boss. This guy is drinking sambar like water. What to do? He will just stop. So after certain point of time, the boss of the hotel says, you cannot. Maximum limit is this much. Here also the same thing. Now, if I leave like this and I go home and tomorrow come, there is no rule that it will be executing it because it is taking hours to from past so many hours it is executing. JavaScript engine stops after certain time. Some certain time limit will be there. After that, it will be stopped automatically. Otherwise, it is infinite. Understanding what I'm saying? Clear? Understood the core difference between if and while. What is if and while? If conditions, both are checking conditions. If is a executing, allowing to execute only once. Why? Till the condition satisfies. Till the condition satisfies. Now what I will do? I will come here. Now I will change the logic. I will say instead of a is 10 is there, we are displaying it. I will say a plus plus. It means a value is incrementing. Now see what happens. I'm refreshing it. Now see what happens. 16,000 times it has executed so far. It is not allowing to run it all the things. I will just close this. Initially, there is no rule, it's up to you. You can make A0 and increment it, or you can make A10 and increment it. It's up to you. Goes to 3000, okay. Now observe here. Now see what happens. Now how many times the code executes? Why only once? Now A is 10, which is displaying it. Then A plus plus means 10, A becomes 11. 11 is not equal to 10, condition is not satisfied. It is not one. Now if I give greater than or equal to, now infinite times. Now I have saved it. I will come here. Now see. Keep on executing it. Already 15,000 times. 19,000, 20,000. See the speed of JavaScript engine. 30 or 35,000, 37,000, 43,000, 45,000. Like that. Now the same code is executing almost 60,000. Understanding what I'm saying? Now what I will do, I will change the condition. I'll say less than or equal to 1,000. Then whenever A is less than or equal to 1,000, till then it executes. Now let us see here. Now again I am closing this. It is not allowing to stop, that's why I am just closing it, because that is infinite loop. Right? So, the code has been executed from code has been executed from A10 to A10 to 1,000. After 1,000, it is becoming 1,001. Then condition is not satisfying. It's coming out. Understood the behavior of while. Now I have written a function. The purpose of function is to organize the code. Now I wanted to call it twice. Yes, I can write copy paste. If I want to call the function 2000 times, 2000 times I have to write it normally. But instead of that, I'll put it in a loop. I'll write that. That code executes 2000 times. Understanding the repetitive code, we'll be using it. While loop. We are learning now, later gradually we'll be using it. Okay. We have one more is there. Like while, we have one more is there. Do while. This is while. This is do while. Can you tell me the difference between these two things? Come again. Hmm. Hmm. No, actually, you see the coding pattern here. We have discussed the code executes from top to bottom. Yes or no? If you see here, condition checking is there at the top, code execution at the bottom. But here, if you observe, code execution at the top and condition checking at the bottom. Understanding the difference? So, code executes from top to bottom. First condition checking, then code execution. This one, first code execution, then condition checking. That is the core difference. Because of the difference, the behavior also changes. Now, I am giving you an example. You would like to taste a pizza. So, you go to some pizza shop and they'll ask you, what do you want, sir? So, you say, I wanted to taste some pizza, a piece of pizza, a small piece at least. Then I wanted to buy it. Will they accept it? You pay it, then taste it if you want it. But not taste it and pay it. Understand it? But you go to a restaurant. There, you go to a restaurant. How does it behave? In pizza shop, you pay it first, then eat next. In restaurant, first pay, first eat, then pay. Exactly the same thing. Imagine you are feeling damn hungry. You are going to die out of hunger. You have two options. Pizza shop is there and restaurant is there. But you don't have money. Which one do you choose? Why? If you don't have money, at least you eat first. Then you don't die. Then you make a call or do something, you can manage it. At least you go and clean the utensils. You will be survived in that situation. Exactly the same. So while check the condition and execute. Do while first execute it, then check the condition. That means even if the condition is not satisfied, at least once the code executes in do while. That's the difference between while and do while. Why that behavior is coming? Because here first it is checking the condition. Here first code is execution, then checking the condition. That's the difference. That's why that line difference. Understood? In restaurant, you eat first, then pay next. Exactly. First execute the code, then check the condition. If the condition is not satisfying, at least once the code executes. So now let us try this. Now here I am, A is 10. Let me comment this. Let me comment this. And here I say do while. The condition is A greater than 100. A is greater than 100. And say console log inside while A is now what is the value of A? 10. Will this condition satisfy? No, A is greater than 100. Condition will not be satisfied. Now if I run the code, inside do while A is 10. Condition is not satisfied, but at least it is executing at least. That's the difference between while and do while. Understood the difference between if and while? Understood the difference between while and do while? Yes or no? Clear? And we have one more is there. Now, okay, let us work on this only. Now, what I will do, I will say A less than 100. A is 10, A is less than 100. So, this is also like infinite loop. This is also like infinite loop because the first it is checking, after that condition, it is keep on checking, conditions keep on satisfying it. Now, if I want, I can increment the value A plus plus. Now, see what happens. I'm refreshing it. A is 10, 11, 12, up to 99. After 99, it becomes 100. And condition is not satisfying, then it stops out. So, we have already worked on if. If to while compared, we have compared it. While to while we have compared. One more is there. For loop. What is for loop? What is for loop? Any guesses? That is also loop only, but with little differences. What is the difference? For loop executes like this. Or and say let A equal to 10, A less than or equal to 100, A plus plus. Now this is called initialization. A is 10. This is called condition checking. This is called incrementing. Incrementing or decrementing, anything can be used. Now here you can write it. Console dot log A is dollar. Now how many times this executes? 90 times. First A is 10. 10 is less than 100. Condition satisfies, so executes it. Then increment it. A becomes 11. 11 is less than 100. Condition satisfies, execute it. Then increment it. Like that, it will be keep on executing it. And if I refresh it, now see. A 10 to 100 it is. Understand? But the core difference between while and do while you have to understand. While, do while, both are loops. For loop also. But the difference between these two are while and do while are condition based, depending upon the condition. This is a number, specific number of times. You can specify it. To give you an example, you want a room in a hotel. So you approach the hotel and you ask them, I want a room. What's the next question? For how many members? Okay. Members is four people, for example. How many days? So how many days you want, they'll ask. Okay. That's like a 4 or 5 or 10 or 20, you can say it. Number of days based. But a patient want a room in a hospital. Now a patient joining. Now the receptionist asks, how many days you want? No. Why? The same thing now. Everywhere both you have to pay. Both places receptionist is there. That's what. Why it's like that? Condition based. So who will decide how many days? Doctor decides. So getting a room in a hospital is a condition based. Till the condition satisfied. It can be 2 days, 20 days, 2 months. Condition based. Here number of days based. Both are rooms. Both for the same person. But different behaviors. Once you go to hotel, you know the approximate bill. Okay, per day 2000, 3 days. 2000 into 3 days, 6000. Probably some food, something extra, probably under 3000, 9 to 10,000. You can guess. For 3 days, approximately 10,000. But hospital, you don't know. It's on doctor's mercy. Now he'll ask you, doctor, what are you doing? I am a famous lawyer in High Court. Come on. Write all tests, give all injections. Then just before leaving, sir, 10, 20 lakhs you give. We'll adjust with that. Got your point? Something like that. So, both are hospitals, both are rooms. But difference is, in hospital it is condition based. How many days you don't know. If your condition is good, they'll be leaving you 2 days or 3 days or 5 days. This is number of days based. 3 days, 5 days, like. Understand? So here what we are telling A is 10 and I want A up to 100. Then A plus plus. Then A becomes 11, 12, 13, 14 up to 100. After that it stops. If you observe the difference, here we are initializing. Yes or no? Here we are checking. Here we are incrementing, or you can decrement also. Something. You just see in do while loop. In do while loop, here we are incrementing. Here we are initializing. Here we are taking the condition. Here incrementing. Even in the while loop also, Here we are initializing. Here we are picking the condition. Here we are. So any loop, initialization, checking the condition, incrementing or decrementing can be these are the three components. Initialization, increment and decrement will be there in any loop. But behavior slightly different. While loop only if condition satisfies. Do while at least once even if the condition is not satisfied. For loop till like number of times, 10 times or 20 times or 30 times. Like understanding now, you go to hotel and ask to give me 5 dosa, number you give. But you want to eat upma, you cannot say, give me 550 grams of upma. You don't say that. You consume it. If you are still feeling hungry, you will ask one more. Or you go to any full meal, number of curd cups count they'll do it. But rice, you don't ask, give me 10,000 pieces of rice, 20,000 pieces of, you don't give that. You'll ask rice, they'll give you. Till you are full, you will be eating. That is based on condition. White rice, the consumption of your white rice is based on condition till you are feeling full. But if you want curd or sweet, you'll ask 2 more sweets or 2 more curds. That is number based. Even if you wanted to put sambar or rasam, you don't say, please give me 20 ml sambar, 23 ml rasam. You don't say like that. Till you quantity based. Got a point? Here also the same. Understood? All loops behavior is same. Repetitively executed. Repetitively executed. With the little differences while only conditions satisfies. Movie theater. You are allowed only if you have a ticket. And do while. Even if the condition satisfies also. Yes. Now you go to sweet shop. You don't have money. You are feeling hungry. You just say, I want 10 kg sweet for a marriage. Just say, which sweet is good. He'll give some taste. Okay, you just give that. If you go to 5 sweet shops, at least a bit can be managed. But you ask taste in pizza shop, you cannot do that. So, or you wanted to purchase apple. Now, which apple is taste? Now I'll taste it and I'll buy. Will they accept? No. But when it comes to grapes, you can taste it, and it's up to you decide it. So apple is like while you pay, then only taste. Do while is like grapes. You taste it, whether you buy or don't buy it. For loop. For loop is like bananas. Give me 6 banana or 12 banana or 20 banana. It's not in kgs. Mangoes or custard apple or apple, they make give in kgs. But banana is not in kgs. It's in quantity based. 2 banana, 4 banana, 5 banana. For loop is like. I'm giving you different examples. So you can relate. So whenever you go buy banana, for loop. Whenever you go buy mango, while. Grape, do while. That you should get. Clear? Now we can write a loop inside loop also, nested loop. We can write if inside if, loop inside loop also, we can write it. Now just to show you an example. Now I'm just writing for loop. I wanted to print tables, for example. I'll say for loop I have given hint earlier also for loop. For labels we are giving HTML for, but it is actually for only, for only. But why they have changed it to HTML for is because we are using for here. For loop. For loop we are using for. That is confusing. That's why they have renamed it to HTML. In HTML it is a for only. In JSXML it is HTML for. Now here what I will do, I will say let I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. Say console.log now I'll just refresh it. So 1 to 10 it is printing. Now what I will do, inside this for loop, I'll be creating one more loop. For let j equal to 1, a less than or equal to 10, j plus plus. Then I'll say console.log. For our better clarity, I am giving these arrows like this. I'll say dollar. Okay. Now you see the difference. Now I'm refreshing it. Now see what is happening. I is 1. Then j becomes 1 to 10. Again I becomes 2. J becomes 1 to 10. Again resetting it. I becomes 3. J becomes 1 to 10. Resetting it again. Now what I will do, instead of writing like this, I will just dollar say I. If I create the variable I here, I can access it within this now. So I will remove this. So within this nested loop, I am accessing I value and j value. I will refresh it. Now see, it is showing 1, I value 1, j value 1, I value 1, j value 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Then I becomes 2, j 1 to 10. I become 3, j 1 to 10. Now what I will do, instead of just like this, and just display top is equal to dollar I into j. I am just doing multiplication. I into j. Now if I see here, if I refresh it, now see 1 1s are 1, 1 2s are 2, 1 3s are 3, 1 10s are 10. 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 10s are 2. Third table, fourth table, fifth table, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th table. And 10s are 100. Loop inside loop. Now I want tables up to 1000 tables. 100, 1000. That's it. I'll save it. Now I'll refresh it. Now I'll be getting 1000 tables. First table, second table, third table, up to 1000. In school, they will tell us to write tables up to 20 only. Maximum is the 20. If you write a 20th table, that means you have crossed that stage. But here I have given up to 1000. So 1000 tables into 10. Now see, already 100 tables or 200 tables or 300, 400, 600, 700. Done. Now you can see first table, second table, third table, fourth table, fifth table, up to 10,000 tables. Now I want it to display 10,000 tables without loops. How much could I have to write? Yes or no? No, it's see, it is scalable. 10 to 1000, I have changed it just by adding two numbers extra. Scalable. It is reusable. I have written one line and reusing it again and again and again. Reusable. It is flexible. If I wanted to do any change, I'll change it in one place, it changes everywhere. Loops are scalable, reusable, flexible. Like functions. Functions are also reusable, scalable, flexible. But the function's purpose is different, loop's purpose is different. Now, I wanted to buy a refrigerator. If I buy single star refrigerator, what is the difference between single star refrigerator and 5-star refrigerator? Electricity consumption. So if I buy 5-star refrigerator, I can save money through power. Yes or no? Now I wanted to purchase air conditioner. Normal air conditioner or inverter air conditioner? What is the advantage of inverter air conditioner? Again, electricity saving. So both are saving electricity, but both purposes are different. The purpose of a refrigerator is to store the vegetables or something. The purpose of air conditioner is to cool the room. Purposes are different, but both can save money. In the same way, functions purpose is different, to organize the code. Loops purpose is different, to execute the code repetitively. But both has advantages. What? Reusability, scalability, flexibility. Reusability, scalability, flexibility. Got your point? Clear? And there are two more things are also there. That means what? We have something called break. Break means if you wanted to, now normally loop stops once the condition is not satisfying. The condition is not satisfying, loop stops. But if you want in between, you want it to stop. Yes. Break. Understanding what I'm saying? If you stop the engine, vehicle stops. But at the same time, if you put the brake, also vehicle stops. Exactly the same thing. Now the loop is executing. In between, you want it to stop it. Yes, we can do that. Now, what I will do here, I will here I am saying here also I can write it. If I is 20, then I will say break. I is 20, then I am saying break. The condition is up to 1000, but if I is 20, I am saying break. That means the loop stops when I becomes 20. Now let us try it. Now I am refreshing it. Now see here. Yeah, I am writing the code directly at the starting of the app. You can create a button and click of it, you can write. you wanted to write a while loop, you create a button. On click of the button, you call the named function. So while code executes. You create a do while button. Click of that, you write do while. Like that can be written. Now see here. 1, 2, 3, 14, 17, 19 tens are 190. Then 19 becomes 20. Whenever 20 becomes, we said break. The loop stopped. It's not completed. Completing is different. Stopping is different. This is stopping. Break means. Understanding what I'm saying? Clear? So if the loop, if the condition is not satisfying, loop stops. That is stopping. That is a completing action. This is stopping. In between, if you want, you can stop. Train reaches the destination. Journey completed. Stops there. But in between, if you want, you can stop. Pull the chain. It will be stopped. It's like that. Break keyword. We have one more keyword is there called continue. What? Continue. Continue means skipping. Continue means skipping, not stopping. That means what? You are a fitness freak. Fitness freak means you daily go to gym and do some exercise. For example, now corona cases are increasing. So the government suggested please don't go to gyms or something. So you stopped or you skipped? Skipped for a few days only. Then again you will go back. That is skipping. Here we can use continue. Now just to show you an example. If I greater than 20 and I less than 980, then here I will say continue. Continue means whenever continue keyword comes, again go stop. Will not execute. Will not execute. Now observe here what happens. Now I will refresh it. Now the loop executed, but you see here. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20. After 20, 9, 8. In between, skip. That's what continue means. Now, a police is checking the rooms to identify the thief. He checked room number 1, thief not 4. Room number 2, thief not 4. Room number 3, thief not 4. In room number 4, once he enters into the room, his boss is there. What will he do? He will check it or he will skip it? He will skip it only. In room number 4, his boss is there. He will skip it. In room number 5, his boss is there. What will he do? He will skip it. In room number 6, the CM is there. What he will do? He will skip it. In room number 7, nothing found. Room number 8, nothing found. Room number 9, thief found. Then he will stop it. Room number 9, he found it. He stop it. You no need to go for room number 10. So skipping is different, stopping is different. Or even if you complete room number 10 also, it's like stop only. You can complete it. Complete. There is a difference between completing, stopping. There is a difference between completing and stopping. Got my point? Clear? Understood what is loops? What is the difference between if and while? If condition satisfies, it executes only once. While also checks the condition like if. But till the condition satisfied, just keep on executing. That's the difference between if and while. While and do while. Yes, because it executes first and checks the condition. At least once it executes. What is the difference between while, do while, and for loop? For loop is useful if you wanted to execute a specific number of times instead of conditions. Instead of conditions. Got the point? What is break? When not specific condition, if you wanted to stop it, use break. What is continue? Skip. See, you are not feeling well. You are not attending the sessions. That is like skipping. After 2 days, you will be back again. That is like skipping. Course completed. That is like completing. You completed like that. Understand? So I want you to try these loops. While, do while, all these three things I want you to try it. See, again I am telling you like this. I have told you multiple times. Don't expect to become expertise in one single session. Right? Programming means how effectively you use it. That's the point. That's how effectively you use it. Batting, cricket batting. The same thing. Ball comes, he has to hit it. Cricket, that's it. That you can do, I can do, 5-year-old kid also can do. But how effective is the point? Exactly here also. Now I have introduced you loops. How effectively you use it depending upon your requirements. Now, now you wanted to become a musician. You need guitar or a piano or something to play music. But expert, it doesn't need 1 to 500 tables. I want it. And but I don't like 67, 93, 45, 54, 231, 473, 12, 19. I don't want these tables. I want tables from 1 to 500, but I don't want these tables. And these tables up to 100 multiples. That means 1 into 1, 1 into 2, 1 into 3, 1 into 100. But in that 100 multiples, I don't want 11, 21, 33, 45, 57, 69, 78. These multiples I don't want. I don't want 1 into 11. I don't want 1 into 21. I don't want 1 into 33. I want tables from 1 to 100 except these tables. I want each table with up to 100 multiples except these multiples. Do this using while. Again do this using do while. Again do this using do the same task thrice using 3 different approaches. Got a point? That's the task. This task, you have to think more, write less, actually speaking. All these days, you are thinking less, writing more. This is reverse. You have to write less, but you have to think. Let me take attendance.